Hey there, you guys. I made an Instagram video and I forgot. Some of you have told me that y'all don't have Instagram, so I'm coming on so I can share the same thing I shared on Instagram this morning very briefly. I shared a message on breathe, very short, because I feel like we're also uptight and because we have a lot going on. All of us have a lot going on, but we have to stop and breathe. And it's so important that, here I go with this hair. It's so important that we stop and just breathe. Have you ever found yourself, you just doing 100 things to one? 100 things to one. You always got something going on. You never able to stick with that one thing that you're doing. So you got to go back and do something else, and you jump off of that and you start doing something else. Well, you're not giving 100% to anything because you're kind of like all over the place, and we all are guilty of that. So what I kind of wanted to just drop in and take a little bit of your time and tell you today and ask you to just breathe, to take out some time and just breathe. Life is moving pretty fast these days. It really is. But we have to take care of our mental. Because if you get worn down in your mental, you can't help the people who are dependent on you, the people who look up to you, the people who look forward to you being in their lives. In their lives, there's a lot of people that because you live, is helping them to continue to live and push in life. Never feel like your life don't mean nothing. Never feel that way. Your life is more precious and more meaningful than you will ever know. I always think back on history. The people that you hear about so much right now, many people didn't talk about them when they were living. Many people weren't remembering them when they were living, whether it was something that they've done, some accomplishments they made. People just weren't there on that same page with them. But you know what? Now that they're no longer here, and it's going to happen to you and it's going to happen to me. Once you're gone, all people have is the memories, right? So you're breaking ground every day that you rise to your feet and you do something for yourself and you do something to help other people. And I was I shared a post from a gentleman's page, Rashad's page, over to my page, and because it just touched me. And one of the things, if you go to my page, you will see this message. How can somebody else tell you what your vision is when God gave you your vision? He didn't have a conference call. It wasn't nobody but you and him. So what I got from that very briefly in just a short statement is to stay focused on your vision. Stay focused on your goals. Stay focused on your purpose. Because God didn't have a conference call when he gave you your vision. Stop letting people tell you and limit you. But also in the process, while you are working on your vision and in your vision, you listen to the voice of God through his Holy Spirit. And breathe. You have to breathe. That's the message he sent to me. Breathe. You're doing so many things. You got to slow down. Because when you're doing so many things, I remember being told this when I was a legal advocate. If you're doing too many things, you're not going to give 100% to nothing. So slow yourself down. I was told that. Because when I tell you, being a legal advocate was, it was a heavy pair of shoes to wear. See, sometimes people want to wear your shoes, but they don't know what you went through with that pair of shoes that you had to walk in. Flying around all the time to conferences and in and out of courtrooms and fighting for rights of women and children, because it's such a huge issue with family violence. And being a legal advocate and working with judges and attorneys, that stuff is not easy. It takes a lot out of you. But you're going from one thing to the next because you know what? You're not breathing. And sometimes our places of employment don't allow us to breathe because sometimes your job is so demanding that you're going from one thing to another. And you got to get this done before that break loose. And when that break loose over there, you got to go over there and take care of that. Y'all know how it is when you working every day. And it just doesn't just pertain to when you are working. It's in your family unit. You got your spouses or significant others or whoever you have in the household. Then you got the children. And then you have elderly parents. See, sometimes you got so much going on. And you're trying to fix one thing before something else breaks loose. When something else breaks loose, you're trying to fix that before something else breaks loose. So you never breathing. So the message to you and myself this morning, we have to breathe. Take some time to yourself and just breathe. And that helps your mental. Because if your mental is not right, nothing else will work for you. And that's whether you're a man or a woman. You have to breathe. You have to step away. You have to get in that car sometime and take a ride by yourself and get in touch with you. In other words, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off. You have to take care of the person holistically. You got to take care of the whole entire person that you are. Because sometimes you're laughing and you really want to cry. And sometimes you're smiling and you really want to break down. And when we get to that point, that's because we're not stopping to breathe, to smell the air, to enjoy this big backyard that God got out there, just riding around in it, looking at the land, the trees, just smelling fresh air. Do something for yourself. You're important too. You are just as important as those people who are dependent on you are. You're not God. You're human. So take care of yourself and breathe, all right? Do something wonderful for your day. Now, I'm going to go ahead on and get my day started again. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.